Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't...
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new series on FIFA 19, and it's backed by popular demand. It's the Goalkeeper Career Mode. Now, I've been listening to you guys. A lot of you guys wanted me to start in, I think it was Australia, the A-League. I've had a look at it. I've decided against it, and the club that, well, not the club, but the country that we've decided to go with is Portugal, Liga NOS. So the team that we have chose to join is Vitória Setúbal. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but that's how I'm going to do it. And no massive reason for joining this club specifically, just that they're not one of the big boys. They're not one of the tiny boys in the league. You know, they've won 3 domestic trophies in their time in Portugal, and hopefully this will be a good club to start with, and maybe spend a season or so there, and then look for our move away to bigger and better things, hopefully. So this is where we're going to start. Let's get into it. And this is going to be our setting. So we're going to play on Legendary, 5-minute halves, but when I do recording, I'll do 6-minute halves. Generally, they haven't got a proper stadium. Do the latest squads. Transfer window, the first window. We're going to let them crack on with signings if they want. We'll enable the European competitions as well, and let's get into it. Okay, time to make our pro. And the idea for today's episode, I'm not going to go through absolutely everything here of what we're doing creating the pro. The idea is just to give you a little taster of how we're setting up our player, and what we'll do today is basically we're just going to play the first game of the season. I'm not going to do any friendlies, things like that, because that just takes ages to get into the season then. So we'll play the very first game of the season, see how we get on, see if we get a feel for the club, and we'll go from there. We'll see exactly how it pans out, and I'm sure we'll be bringing you all the big games against Porto, Sporting Lisbon, etc., etc. And I'm sure that we will be on the end of some real hide-ins as well. But you never know, if I'm that good in goal, maybe I can stop the hide-ins and we can turn something into maybe a league title for Vitória Setúbal. You never know. So without any further ado, let's get into it properly and see who we face in the league. Here we go, signing for the club now. It's a big day for Sean Measures as he dons the colours of Vitória Setúbal. And the big career starts here. How far can we get this time? In last FIFA 18, with the goalkeeper, I don't believe we did that well. We won the Premier League with Man City. I believe we fell well short of the Champions League, and that's something I certainly want to fix this year round and this series. But one thing that I've got that I'm a little bit peeved about is, as you can see here, it's come to the point where I need to save this new save, and only 4 slots, which I think is it's bad. Come on, we've got to have more than 4 slots. I've got my other YouTube one, I've got one manager one, I've got one striker one that I play, so I'm going to have to overwrite my my cam one, which is a bit of a shame, but hopefully they'll add more in the future. Okay, so just joined up with the squad, and the manager has already reached out to me and let me know the targets that he wants me to hit this season. He wants me to keep an average rating of 6 or better, which is extremely doable. Achieve at least 5 clean sheets this term. I'd like to think that's doable. Concede no more than 0.6 goals per game. Yeah, I mean, that's less than a goal a game. Looks like we want to be keeping clean sheets then. Saves to goal conceded ratio, maintain no less than a 1.5 saves to 1 goal conceded ratio. So if we make 2 saves, we can concede 1 essentially. But we don't really want to be doing that. We want to be saving more. So they're the objectives for the season. Very, very doable. And as far as training goes, very, very simple for a goalkeeper. It really is. We're going to do the one-on-one against the striker because it's hard, so it's going to give us a bigger increase. And then it leaves us the only one here, keeper throws, so we're going to have to do that. And just because we can, we're going to chuck in the free kicks and the penalties as well, because you never know. You never know if we're going to get a chance to take these penalties. for this club or maybe another club someday in the future when we're really highly rated and our penalties are rated 90 something. So yeah, wouldn't be bad for a goalkeeper. So that's going to be our training schedule. Very boring as a goalkeeper. You don't even get to use all five. But there we go. And we're going to simulate them. If any of you guys want to see them at all, just let me know in the comments and I will gladly go through the goalkeeper training with you. Okay, looks like we have a very plain goalkeeper kit, which doesn't really bother me that much, but certainly looks like a Sunday morning outfit. The only thing we need to do is change our gloves and our boots. So for the gloves, we've gone for, I suppose, I mean, this is black and yellow, so it matches. So for the gloves, we've gone for the Nike Mercurial Touch black and Volt coloured there, and let's see if we can find some boots now that will semi-match these. Okay, and the boots we've picked are the Umbro UX Acuro 2 Pros, white, black, and acid lime. Don't really know why I picked them. There's a little bit of yellow in there, a little bit of black, and they're white as well. So this is how we're going to start our career. Quite like the gloves, to be completely honest. But we haven't even played our first friendly yet, so I can't untuck my shirt. I can't have long sleeves, etc. Things like that. So he will slightly change over time. If there's any specific boots, gloves, hopefully a set of two you can give me that match or that look good, something like that, would be very much appreciated. So drop your comments underneath the video and let me know. Gloves and boots, give me a good set to wear and I will gladly get them changed. But this is the ones we're going to go with today. One thing I'm not a massive fan of is look how low my name and number is on the back of this shirt. Weird. So before the season starts, I thought I'd just check the squad rank and see where we fall in terms of the goalkeepers at the club. And as you can see, without any training being done, well, we've done one session, but we haven't improved anything. We are rated 72, and we are one better than their current goalkeeper, Joel Pereira. So that's good news. We're going to start as the main goalkeeper, I should imagine. But they've made no signings yet. No signings at all. So in terms of best players at the club, we've got a CDM who's at 75, a left back at 75, a centre midfield at 73, centre back at 72, and a striker at 72. So to be fair, not a bad bit of balance. Everyone in the starting lineup should be sort of 70 and upwards. Now I'm just having a little look at names as well. See if I can just pick out anyone. No, there's no one really there that I recognise. So yeah, let's see how the manager gets on with some signings before the transfer window ends, and we may have some new teammates to play with. Okay, so here we are, the first game of the season, and we have been picked in the lineup. No surprise there. We've gone up to a 73 as well, so we're already forging ahead of the other goalkeepers at the club. We're not going to check new signings or nothing yet, but I've got a plan here. The idea is that the first game that we've got is against CD Aves, which is another team that I was thinking of joining but didn't. But the second game of the season is Sporting Lisbon away, which is going to be a very, very tough fixture. So I'm going to quickly play through this first game off camera and just bring you this one sporting game. Hopefully it'll be a really good start to the season for us and I get a chance to get a little feel for the club because I haven't actually played a game. I just simmed all the friendlies and stuff. So I'm going to get this CD Aves game done and then we're going to play the Sporting Lisbon game. So back in a second. Okay, so played the first game off camera against CD Aves, and quite glad I played it off camera, to be completely honest. It was poor. It was a 0-0 draw. We were by far the better team. We were at home as well, but didn't really create anything. Put a couple of dangerous crosses in. That was about it. They had 3 shots, none of them on target, but we did pull off a couple of decent saves. So I see some promise for this league and this team. But now we have a real challenge in Sporting Lisbon away from home. And it's going to be the first game that we show on this series. And let's hope it's a good one. Let's get straight into it. And hopefully we can pick up some points to worry the leaders in this league. Here we go. It's the first game for you guys to watch. And it's a very, very tough fixture. It's Sporting Lisbon at home against Vitória Setúbal. Okay, and the lineups, it's Sporting first. We have Ribeiro in goal. Apologies if I'm going to absolutely massacre some of these names. Haven't heard a lot of these players. And then we've got four at the back, I'm guessing, for Sporting. Yes, it's Jefferson, Marcelo, Pinto, Ristovski, Rapina, Petrovic, Fernandez, Goodelj, and didn't have time to see the rest, but I'm sure you saw the starting lineup. And now the lineup for Vitoria Setúbal. It's Measures in goal. Then we have a back four: Cascado, Arthur George, Fernandez, and Mano. We then have a midfield three of Agu, I believe, is holding. He is Semedo and Pedrosa in front of him. And then we have Jean, Alex, and Mendy is the front three. And I'm sure we will get well acquainted with these players as the season goes on. Kick off in a massive, massive game. I'm expecting high pressure from Sporting Lisbon here, and a really, really tough game. If we can come away with this with any points at all, it will be a really big achievement. Alex and Mano on the left-hand side combining here. Patient stuff from Vitoria. Good ball in. It's Mendy. He's got a chance. His touch was bad. And the chance falls at the far post there, but easy for the goalkeeper. Big, big chance for Vitoria there. Bruno Fernandez puts one out left here to Acuna. Acuna into Diaby. Diaby now looking for options. Finds one in Rafinha. Gets it back. Now it's Diaby. Will he shoot? He does. And a good block from Arthur George. The striker wanted to take far too much time to get that shot off. But it's an early bit of danger from Sporting Lisbon. And a good block. Corner kick now. Sporting Lisbon. Can they do anything? They go short. Put it in the box, and the shot comes in, and luckily that's over the bar. Plays it inside to Petrovic. Patient stuff from Sporting Lisbon, waiting for something to open up. Petrovic looking out wide, finds the fullback. Rafinha. Rafinha tackled by Alex, but does still keep the ball. Header, and that's comfortable for Measures. A nice, easy first save. Pedrosa into the fullback. Semedo to Jean on this right-hand side. Can he whip across? And he does. Pinto with a good headed clearance, but not very far. Only far as Jean. Jean puts the ball in. It's Mendy on the turn. Poor strike. Bruno Fernandez in the middle. Plays it alongside to Petrovic. Petrovic plays it down to Rafinha on this right-hand side. Petrovic travels the challenge really well. Goalkeeper's out and comes and claims at the striker's feet. Throw into Vitoria, 2 minutes at a time in this first half. It's I think we've rode our luck a little bit. We haven't been good enough in possession, especially in that final third. And Sporting have been decent. And there is the half-time whistle. Sorry for the little bit of lag there. Still suffering with a couple of those issues with my internet, which is certainly causing me problems. But the half-time whistle goes, and this is a result that Vitoria will be very happy with so far. Sporting the better team, but haven't crafted any amazing chances yet. Half-time, Sporting 0, Vitoria Setúbal 0. That's the throw in now to Sporting. Goes back to Jefferson, into Goodelj. Acuna on this left-hand side, puts the cross in. Great cross, Measures. Looks like he came for the cross there, but didn't go up in time to grab it. And luckily the ball swings right the way through and out for a goal kick. 85 minutes gone. Sporting Lisbon desperate to get a goal in this game and go ahead. They'll feel like they deserve it, and they certainly do. It's Petrovic into Bruno Fernandez. Out wide to Acuna. Acuna looking for options. Finds Storaro in the middle. Now we've got Bruno Fernandez on the ball, tackled by the brilliant Vitoria defence, who have done a really good job this game. Stolen again from Sporting Lisbon. It's Acuna, puts the ball in. That's going to be cherries for the goalkeeper. And with only 2 minutes at a time, we will take a 0-0 here. So we're just going to waste a couple of minutes if we can. We've spotted a man out on the wing. I don't think it's going to reach him. And it doesn't, and it falls straight back into Sporting Lisbon's possession. But it doesn't matter, the full-time whistle goes. The referee said that's enough. And we are very lucky to come out of this with a point. Sporting Lisbon played very well, but they didn't quite have the attack and threat, but they certainly controlled the game. And after 90 minutes, the score is Sporting Lisbon 0, Vitoria Setúbal 0. And after the game, you can see the achievements coming in up the top right there for clean sheets. We played a 7.0, which isn't bad at all. We caught 3 shots, balls stripped 1, 71% pass, and we were doing a lot of kicking rather than throwing because I don't quite trust our players. But not a bad game, but unfortunately in the first 2 games, no goals for either side. It's 2 nil-nil draws. So a little bit of a disappointing start in that aspect, but at the same time, it's clean sheets for us, and it's going to help our goalkeeper improve so that we can go on to bigger and better things and sign for bigger and better clubs and hopefully win some silverware through our career. Okay, so this is how Liga NOS looks after 2 games for most people anyway. Boa Vista sit top with 2 wins from 2. Porto, Braga have only played a game apiece, but Vitória, Setúbal sit down in 11th place with 2 nil-nil draws from 2 games. Not the best start, but to be honest, I'm not overly fussed about league position, etc. this year. It's just about progressing my player and, maybe a little cup run, something like that. If we can make Europe, fantastic, but chances are I'm not going to be here next season to take part in any kind of European competition if we do qualify. But you never know, if we impress in this league, we might get offers from Sporting, from Porto, from Braga, from slightly better teams in this league. So we're just going to see how it goes, really. I've got no set objectives for this save. It's just going to be a matter of progressing our player as much as possible, playing in good leagues, winning silverware, really. Okay, so the first 2 games of the season are done. Unfortunately, both nil-nil draws. A little bit disappointing, but we made a few saves, so it wasn't as if there was no chances at all. CD Aves could have certainly had a goal, maybe 2, and Sporting Lisbon as well. Even though they didn't massively test us, I feel that on another day they would have created enough chances to score 1 or 2 against us as well. So you can see we've got a decent gap now until we play Funchal, who I believe are a newly promoted club, and then we have the transfer window deadline. So the idea is for the next episode, I've already had a little look ahead, and we have a couple of good fixtures down here. We're obviously not going to be in the England team anytime soon. We're going to ignore the Belenese game, and we are going to skip straight ahead for the next episode to Porto at home, which should be extremely tough, and then we play Vit Guimarães away from home, and that they're another good side in this league. So I think that will make for a very good episode. And then in that episode, we will also round up the transfer window, see who we've signed, see who we're going to be playing with and against as well for the upcoming season until January at least. So that is where we're going to leave the episode today. Like I say, just 1 game today because it's the first, and it lets me do a little bit more of the introduction, etc., without having a really long video. So I hope you did enjoy it. I know it is nil-nil, a bit drab, but the goalkeeper career has started, and I'm excited because the AI is so much better on this. The shooting is better for the AI, so we're going to face better shots, and hopefully this should be a much better series than the FIFA 18 goalkeeper career mode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please drop the video a like. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in episode 2.